Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures and our inaugural 2022 weekly painting progress. It is officially 2022. We have done some painting, albeit not all that great, but it's done. I'll give you that. I'll give myself that, or somebody. Or my dad, for example. So I talked him into, without further ado, I guess, going ahead and painting up yet another of the 54mm pinups for Kingdom Death, thus completing all of the holiday ladies so far, this being the Winter Solstice Lucy. Definitely seems like he had fun with this one, and I am definitely going to have to put out a display of all of the holiday-themed ones. I am finishing up the original Christmas Twilight Night as we speak. Hopefully, within the next few weeks, we'll have her done, and thus I will have completed all of the holiday models at that point, I think. Oh, no, I take that back. I still have Easter Aya. Okay, so anyway, that's what my dad got done over the last few days. I know it's always fun to have him pop in and paint some stuff. I was thinking of printing up, I'm going to attempt to print up some of the Titan Forge this month with their very Polish themed set for January. They've got some very winged hussar looking dudes. I was going to try putting some together at like 1/32 scale and see what he gets up to there. So fingers crossed. Here we have Mr. Sparkletrout's sole contribution. This is a Station Forge mini. Obviously done up in a very Omnissiah praising way. I really like it. Nice and chunky. Good size. 32mm base there. It's Titan Forge. Station Forge. There's too many forges. Has been putting out some really nice 40k adjacent stuff, especially if you dig the more heavily armed versions. So if you like AdMech or Krieg style guys, definitely give them a look. Me, myself, and I have got a totally eclectic assortment, but that's pretty much to be expected at this point. Whenever I show off what's getting painted, I need a little bit of everything as I knock lights over on myself. That was fun. Nope, let's fix that. There we go. I'm trying to be all high-tech here with new lights. All right, next up, we've got the first of the Rift-Forged Orcs from Mantic. So I'll have a review of these guys later this week, at least as of the time that I am filming this. And you'll notice, I know I was commenting somewhere online about this, the details I thought got kind of soft, a little hard to see around the edges, and I'm going to guess that's where the mold closed. It's kind of hard to discern what's what around the legs, and especially that area. I thought that just kind of all disappeared into each other a bit. Otherwise, not little bad models. Another one here. Hard to discern the facial features. Trying to paint those teeth was not fun. Hard to tell where they were. So yeah, got some orcs done. Alright, what else? So I finally finished up my Konungur. I think that's how I say it correctly. My Nordic King. Well, Nord's King. King of the Nords. How about that? From Conquest. I really like this model. Very heroic looking. Standing atop his pile of skulls there. Very simple, very basic paint job. I feel like I should have done something with the interiors of those rings. Maybe put some blue in there. I might still go back and do that. I think a little bit of turquoise or something might make it look really cool. Make it pop, because it's very drab. But that seems to be an ongoing issue I have with just about everything I paint. I tend to paint in very drab colors. But then again, most of these models need it. Speaking of drab colors, how about another Roman with weird cardboard stuck on him? This is a Victrix Roman, and I need to fix up that spear now, because it looks sloppy. And a Victrix German with a sloppy looking shield. Damn, I gotta go back and fix that up. Yuck. that's one of those things that, like, playing around with the sealers, I have no idea how things are going to turn out. Maybe great, maybe going to need some improvement. Speaking of things that are going to need some improvement, I tried a shot at one of these Dryads from Lost Kingdom minis. I thought they had cool little integrated bases and how they all work together, but they really were going for like a Japanese theme, so I don't know why I painted her up in a very drab, boring green scheme. I don't know, and I'm not happy with it. Pulling her off the supports was a pain. She did not want to come off the supports, and I can see that I really need to go back over things. I'm not liking that green. It just looks sloppy. Ugh. But she's painted. Alright, this one turned out a little bit better, but this one I had tried to do some shading on, and it all disappeared. This is a Gomic pinup space elf vixen, I think they were called. But I saw somebody do one up like Deja Thorus style from the John Carter books, and I thought, you know what, that would be a fun idea. They were going to use it for 5 parsecs. I thought, that's a cool idea, so I'm going to totally wholesale take that idea. I don't even know where I saw it. Maybe Facebook, maybe Instagram. I don't even know. Whoever posted that with your Deja Thorus style model, very cool. Thank you for the inspiration. Mine sucks, and obviously Deja Thorus is not supposed to have blue skin, but I don't care. Mine does. Alright, let's see what else we got here. A random demon from Comet Lord minis. It's been a while since I had a Comet Lord mini. I've got a pile of them waiting to get finished and painted. We're trying to get through them. I like that base he has. I could not tell if he's supposed to have eyes or not. I don't think he's supposed to. He's got teeth, but I think that's just kind of lines and swirls of his horns there. I can't tell, but anyway, gave him a basic paint job. He's good enough to hit the table for something like Rain in Hell or something fun like that. Alright, then we have some random 15mm figures. I want to say she is from Battle Valor, I think. And if I'm wrong, somebody can quote me on that. And I don't even know if she is from Battle Valor. She's in one of their little skirmish packs of characters. And this Rat Man here, I am just about 100% sure, maybe 99%, but pretty sure. It's Splintered Light. Trying to clear some of that backlog there. Whether or not it looks good is entirely debatable, but you know what? It's painted, and painted always beats boring, drab, gray stuff. And speaking of drab stuff, I decided to take another shot at some more Proserpine, I think, Shrine Guard models from Crucible of Games. I was a bit bummed when I saw that their Kickstarter was canceled. I know they're going to be coming back in some shape or another. Wishing them the best of luck. I thought it was a cool idea. I thought it was a little pricey, I'll be honest, for what you got, because I think their Patreon is a great deal for the amount of goodies you get every month. But I'm always looking for nice, new, interesting models to show up. So yeah, this is one of their Egyptian-themed guard-type units. And a buddy of his. Just trying something different with them. And a more sergeantly type. And I just realized I didn't paint his belt. Dang it. I'm going to have to go fix that. So, none of them match, actually. Even when they're in or out of focus. They all have different kind of color schemes. They kind of match, but they actually don't. That was my intention. They look like a hodgepodge organized, semi-organized unit, and we'll let it go at that. Hopefully, oh, you know what? There was a really cool model from them. They had this really cool looking Anubis-headed wizard-type dude, and messing around, you could actually take the Anubis Jackal-type heads and fit them on these bodies as well. And maybe I should just do a video on that, because I know they had the freebie available on the actual Kickstarter website. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, I'm going to put a link for their My Mini Factory page and the original Kickstarter, just so you guys can get a good look at it. There's definitely some neat units there. If you want an Egyptian flair to your guard-type army, whatever you may use them for. All right, next up. This model, you can see he's got a major cut in his face there, but we'll just pretend it's a kind of facial scar. This is one of the Neo Kingdoms models from RN Studio. I really liked the aesthetic with these guys. Very JRPG, Final Fantasy style inspired models. I'll put some pictures on Instagram at some point this week. Really liked this guy. Unfortunately, I think I went a little too heavy with the gloss, and it didn't wear off despite me blasting him with a matte coat as well. And there were a couple other spots on him I thought you could see where he was kind of cut. There was that slice there, and I don't know how that happened. It's in little different spots. Every now and then I see a model with it, and I start getting paranoid that my printer screen's finally dying on me, but then I don't encounter any more of it after that, so that's kind of weird. It's not regular, and you'd think with the amount of printing I do, I would have seen that happen regularly, but I don't. So, who knows? All right, another, well, this one's out of focus, but another of the Neo Kingdoms models. This one, I had a slight misprint or something going on there with her face. I don't know if that was like a support that got kind of stuck there, and I wasn't able to get it off very well. But from a distance, I think it looks okay. Now that I pointed it out, I'm sure everybody's going to be staring at it. Kind of cheesecakey. Kind of a funky outfit she's got on. But I dug it. Very, like, Nexon online MMORPG out of Korea or something design. I like that, though. Of course, I like most of the designs for those, like, early 2000s Korean grinder fests. They had some really talented artists working on those games, at least in terms of visual design. So I always have a soft spot for that. I want to see Raging Heroes do something like that. I think that'd be cool. But the crowning piece that I worked on this week is this monstrosity that has taken up all of my free time. This is my Dinosaur Train baggage train from Mini Monster Mayhem. And I painted every single little bit of baggage junk that he is carrying, and you can't even see most of it now because I glued that canopy on there, and I'm okay with that. But I didn't do the best job on our Ankylosaur friend there. He's okay. I'm not happy with it. I'm like begrudgingly, I will begrudgingly content. But I just got so tired of painting all those little bits in there. So finally I just said, screw it. We're done. We're calling it quits. It's good enough for the tabletop, I think. Could I definitely improve it? Absolutely. I would have done some better shading with the canopy up there. I would have probably used a little bit of ink on the ropes attaching the canopy to the frame. But you know what? It's done. And I think that's the important thing. It's tabletop ready, and from a distance, much like our Neo Kingdoms friend here, you're not going to really be able to see all those tiny little blah marks on her unless you're taking a really close look. So yeah, I'm not going to complain, but my Konunger's done, and I'm happy about that. So a nice eclectic mix, as always, to start off what I hope is going to be a better year for everybody out there. I know it's going to be off to a good start for me. I've been saving up, and I finally got myself a larger print bed printer. Hooray. We got ourselves a Mono X from Anycubic that should be arriving within the next few days. So hopefully I am going to get some of those new Lord of the Print Carcadon tyrant giant bipedal shark monsters that don't fit on my Frozen Sonic Mini very well. we'll be able to get them started printing. But I gotta say, for the start of the year, not a bad haul, because I'll tell you what, at the end of December, I did absolutely nothing. I really didn't paint much, and I enjoyed every second of it. It takes a lot of time putting this channel together, honestly, and even though I'm not updating as crazily as I did before, and especially since it's the middle of the school year, I don't have time to do that, but I do try to get it up at least every other day. So if you guys ever have a chance and you appreciate what we do, this is my weekly plug. We do have a Patreon where your support is always appreciated and helps us continue to hunt down these obscurities. Speaking of obscurities, Redbox Games has their new Kickstarter, and you all should look at it because Tre Manor's sculpts are awesome. And since this reaches more voices and ears, and well, voices doesn't make sense, but ears, yeah. I'll put a link down below because you should check it out because he's good people and he makes cool stuff. So yeah, as always, we'll have links to all this stuff down below if you want to hunt any of it down yourself and print and paint it better than me, which is totally plausible. I am sure you will do wonderful. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.